This is a recap of the anime I'm quitting heroing from 2022. We would appreciate it if you could consider subscribing, as we are almost at 1,500. Even live the life he desires. Then comes the reply from our hero extraordinaire, Leo Demonheart, he will. The next thing we see is Leo traveling to a far-off castle that he never imagined he would visit. He remembers fighting the Echidna and the demon army by himself. Then, we see him chatting with the 4 generals, claiming that Echidna has no excuse not to recruit him because of his immense authority. They admit that they only agreed to the meeting because he urged them, and they had conflicting sentiments toward him. Leo makes the decision to show them his abilities in the hopes of persuading them before Echidna finds out. He then describes in full his prior interactions with each general. With more physical strength than any other opponent, Edward the Dragon General had been Leo's first opponent, but Leo was able to use his power to slay him by blowing the surrounding buildings away with an AoE spell. The youngest general, the Beast General Lily, then starts making fun of H. He says they just happened to meet while he was standing beneath a tree. She had no relatives, no place to go, and amnesia. Tina is ridiculed by all of them for being the group member that can be vanquished the easiest, and she calls out to Leo, wondering why he wants to go on an interview with the demon army. Leo describes what transpired after he defeated the generals, and the demon queen was dealt dread and tried to arrange for an assassination squad to kill him. Later, when he spoke with the monarch, the king thanked him for his services, but must undoubtedly put his people's needs first, expelling Leo from the country. Alone and without direction, Leo roamed from village to hamlet until he happened into a conversation between 2 men one day. After that, Leo would get ready for his speech and travel the perilous distance to her castle. Now that Utina has seen that Leo has come to the realization that he has shielded the wrong people, she accepts that he is telling the truth. Then she makes an offer to recruit him, but only on the condition that she manages him for a month while she assesses his suitability. Her last directive is for him to conceal himself with objects or such an order, and why, in spite of her defeat, she will not abandon humanity. Tina was left in charge as she is the only one who is capable of completing the responsibilities. Shutina overworked herself because she was the sole skilled worker, and the demon queen was pressuring her to rebuild right away. When they are at last prepared to work, the two review every duty that needs to be completed. Leo selects a mission from a list of numerous that calls for someone to refill the mana reserves in the reactors of the castle. But the reactor would be destroyed if someone else tried to restore the mana except the one who built it. Leo promises to take on the assignment because he is familiar with the spell that will let him imitate her wavelength and replenish the mana. He promises that in only 30 minutes, she will be so impressed that she will want to give him a kiss. Wearing armor, he disguising himself and sets off. In another scene, the Demon Queen requests the other generals to report back if they observe any activity from the overworked Shutina, expressing concern for her. Leo is back at the office, where he asks Shutina to let him watch her use the magic while he slumbers. While Leo eats without getting off the couch, she keeps working and muses over what his phony name ought to be. Shutina has finally had enough of his sloth and decided he would not be a valuable asset to the army. She is about to attack when a girl enters the space. Leo urges the girl to nickname him Black Knight Onyx and adds that her name is Dianette. After that, Leo starts to describe his actions for the previous 30 minutes. The first 15 were devoted to creating talismans out of stones by infusing them with mana suited to Shutina's wavelength. This little diversion took up the next 5 minutes. During the last 10, Dianette was located and instructed on how to utilize the talisman to restore the mana in the performers. Shutina won't have to do the work at all since Leo will make more talismans and Dianette will train others to do it. As it happens, Dianette was too shy to respond even though she had always wanted to assist Shutina, but seized the opportunity when Leo presented it. Kaitina is appreciative of his explanation of the value of assigning her tasks, but he later confesses that he had been lazing for the majority of the day. Leo clarifies that what he was actually doing was using his spell to watch her work, while devising a strategy to reduce her burden even further. She apologizes for how she had treated him at the interview and expresses how much he had accomplished. As he leaves, Leo remembers how impressed she is with his work and how that would mean he earned a kiss. He gives her the option of giving him a cheek kiss or a lip kiss, but she chooses to give him a smile instead. Later, Kaitina would commend Leo, but only for a short while, as she would later reveal to him an order straight from the Demon Queen, demanding that Black Knight Onyx report to her right away. Leo is taken aback, worried that their secret may have been discovered by the Demon Queen. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do subscribe to the channel and click on the screen for more contents like this. See you over there, arigatou.